So welcome to the Byron Beats discussion. My name is Katie Button and I'm the event organiser. And as you all know, Byron Beats is a 3-day folk festival that has been designed for local artists to have a platform and a place where locals and visitors can enjoy the outdoor atmosphere and the Byron culture. So festivals not only bring the community together but also generate huge benefits. The Minister of Planning and Housing, Anthony Roberts, stated that by having festivals in the Byron area has provided significant economic, social and environmental benefits to the local Byron area and the state. So festivals in the past, such as Splendour in the Grass and Falls Festival, I'm sure we're all familiar, has generated over 308 new full-time jobs. And in 2014, both these festivals generated $2.9 million in wages and salaries to the residents in Byron and is only growing every year. So even though we are a small festival, we are hoping to use every opportunity in staffing to support the local community over outsiders. So there will also be opportunities for students to volunteer during the festival to gain real life experience and to lower the wages cost in the overall festival. Festivals in the past have given us the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and make both the community happy and the participants satisfied with the overall outcome of the festival. So now we're going to go to Brittany. She's in charge of organising all the events for the festival and she couldn't be with us today. She's actually on site organising it all. So yeah.
Thanks guys, my name is Brittany and I am owner and manager of Byron Unplugged, a company dedicated to conserving Byron and the surrounding areas through showcasing its picturesque landscape and incredible natural attractions in an environmentally sustainable way.
Alright, thanks Brittany. So we'll come back to you with some more points later.
Okay. I'm just going to interject here. I'm Kathy, I'm a mother of 2. I have lived in Byron my whole life. This is a small town of 10,000 people. Why do we want more festival goers coming to our town? Not to mention the traffic that they bring to Byron. And also, my rates have increased 12.5% because we have to fix the infrastructure for the amount of tourists that are coming in. And also, next year, Live Nation has bought Splendour in the Grass, so there's going to be 800,000 more people. If we have your event plus the 800,000 more people, why, that's going to be ridiculous. That's going to be crowded, don't want that. I don't like these noisy festival goers, why do we want that?
Coming on from this statement, I'm Chloe, the president of the local environmental group. Events and festivals cannot help but bring impact to the environment. They bring people, cars, noise, general waste. The most serious results of these impacts are pollution, overuse of water and power, waste disposal issues, and the increase of greenhouse gas emissions. So it raises to me how the festival deals with the environment issues associated with such large yet temporary gatherings of people, and whether such a festival can be considered to have a role in developing a sustainable tourism development.
Thanks for that, Chloe, but the local community has given clear submissions and surveys about what has worked well in the past, events that have occurred and what needs to improve to ensure that there is minimal noise and traffic disruptions. But as a team, we have decided that the best way to overcome this is to become a plastic-free festival, involve some litter collecting rewards, and then some smoking-free zones to ensure that fire hazards are avoided. And we're also going to provide shuttle buses for many of the main areas such as Brisbane and Gold Coast, so we can minimise the amount of traffic and also the release of fumes into the atmosphere. So this is how we're going to make our festival as green as possible, answering your question. So we hope to have your support, you guys, to make this as sustainable as possible.
Okay, Katie, I'm glad to hear about the traffic conditions that you're trying to fix, and I guess the environmental issues are alright. But what about the drugs, okay? I did some research, and did you know that Byron Bay is number 2 in New South Wales for the recorded rate of possession and use of cannabis? That's just ridiculous. I completely blame the festival goers for this. This is incredibly scary for a person who has 2 children growing up in this district. You know, that's just so worrying. I don't want them growing up in this environment. For example, last year in Splendour, over 300 people were found in possession of drugs such as cannabis, ice, MDMA, cocaine, and one man had 60 ecstasy pills. Anyway, I'm going to sit back down. I'm really angry.
Thanks for that input, Kathy. But we as an event organisation know the problems with drug and alcohol can be a concerning problem for the community like yourself. With recent drug-related deaths at music festivals over the New Year period, we as an organisation are taking this growing problem seriously. We as a company will be mounting a more concentrated effort than ever to stem the flow of drugs into our venues. Byron Beats will have a strict control on drugs by having security checks at all entrances and exits, sniffer dogs both throughout the festival, and also highly trained police and security control throughout. We also think that by adding a warning before customers buy their tickets to ensure that they know the consequences and are coming to the festival for the right reasons. But we have tried our best to limit this by having police, sniffer dogs and everything like that. So we hope that you feel a bit more comfortable with this.
It was really good to see that you're doing something about the drug issue, and I feel more comfortable about the drugs, but what about the stereotype and stigma around the hippies around Byron Bay?
Yeah, well, Brittany's actually, she's in charge of the events activities, so I'll get her to talk to you about this. So,
I'm of the opinion that some of the negative stigma around folk festivals is founded from the misconceptions that they are just hippie fests with crowds of young people listening to loud music. Byron Unplugged and Byron Beats are working together to dispel such myths by including all demographics within our community and show that folk festivals can be catalysts for positive change. My company will be offering guided activities such as kayaking, bushwalking and spotlighting for our adventure and nature-loving counterparts, as well as locals who just want to see their local area in a different light.
Thank you, Brittany, but my concern about these activities is the rubbish. Attendees tend to have a throwaway attitude that the festival grounds a mess. This happened in Grenworth Valley, which is an hour away from Sydney. The Lost Paradise Festival goers left behind 4 cars, 1 ute, a van and 3 trailers worth of rubbish. The Lost Paradise organisation people said that it was disgusted by the patrons' disregard to the environment.
I see your concerns there, but like I said before, we're going to be a non-plastic festival, so no one's allowed to bring plastic water bottles or anything like that, no straws. And we're going to have water refill stations, and we're going to be conducting a clean-up festival day. So the day after the festival happens, we're going to get everyone involved, as many people as possible, the community, people like you, everyone to just come in, clean as much as possible, just as a, we'll be marketing it as come and, do what you want at your festival, but we need to clean it up and look after our environment. So, yeah.
Thank you for that. I think you've taken the environment into great consideration, and I really appreciate that. But another concern of mine is the wildlife. For example, the Bluefest Festival is already stressing and possibly killing our koalas. Dr. Phillips from the BioLink ecologist consultant surveyed about 20 koalas that initially lived close to the site, but they had all died. The noise and stress of the animals forces them to move, which can be fatal to koalas.
We are aware of potential environmental damage that could occur from our activities, but our company specialises in showcasing Byron's picturesque landscape and incredible natural attractions in an environmentally sustainable way. Our guided activities will be offered in a format that will allow only 50 people to complete each session, reducing the possibility for things such as stress on wildlife and unmonitored littering. We have also decided to send 5 guides rather than the usual 3 with each group, so as to be able to monitor the group's environmental impact in the most effective way. Our long-term aim is to put Byron on the world stage next to renowned tourist destinations such as the Blue Mountains and Noosa.
So thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you, Brittany, for going on site and actually taking the time to video chat us today. All your ideas will be taken into consideration, and if you have any more questions or inquiries, please email me or contact me on my mobile. You both have that. And let's try and make this event as sustainable as possible.
Thank you.
No worries.